Greetings, YouTube. It's disturbing to me that those folks that are in charge of the social media of the world, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, you name it, TikTok, don't seem to understand that they have created mechanisms by which their platforms are being weaponized against people, specifically against women. Women who are speaking out on feminism and women who are just speaking out politically. They have weaponized it against racism. They have weaponized it against people speaking out on homophobia and transphobia and sexism. How have they done that? Well, they've done that by allowing an anonymous system of reporting. So if someone posts something on TikTok, and say it's just somebody shaking their ass, if somebody doesn't want to see that image of shaking their ass, they can report it as being inappropriate, even if the person shaking their ass is wearing plate mail. But if enough people report it, the algorithms will trigger, and that piece of ass shaking in the plate mail will be taken down. Why? Because these platforms are robots. They're software. There are people at the top, but the day-to-day activities here on this channel, they're all done. It's all done by algorithms. Now, I don't know how many of the people watching this video are content creators in and of themselves. Whether you are artists creating material that is being uploaded to YouTube. Obviously, I am doing this. Every single day, I upload a video. Well, technically, I tend to upload them in groups, but that's beside the point. And now there is a feature. When you do that and you have monetized your video, and I only monetize certain videos. For example, I won't even try to monetize this one because I know it wouldn't be worth my time. It would get shot down, so I don't even bother. But if you do, it's going to be passed through an algorithm filter, looking for things like copywritten music, or maybe film clips, or maybe particular words or phrases. I don't know. I don't know how the algorithm is written. And if it finds anything, it will flag that particular thing as not being worthy of monetization. Then you can ask for a review, and that's probably going to be done by a human. And since, actually, interestingly, I have done enough videos using that thing that I'm considered a trusted uploader or something like that, because none of the things I've uploaded and that I have passed through the filter have been tripped, because I'm not a racist, I'm not a misogynist, and I'm not trying to convert people into them. I don't know what I don't know what the filtering parameters are, but I make sure that the videos that I do ask to be monetized don't trip anything. Like I said, this one will not be passing that, because I'm talking about those very software issues and the fact that these social media platforms have allowed their systems to be weaponized by the bigots and the trolls. There's a woman I follow on Instagram. She has a TikTok channel. Well, let's put it this way. She has a TikTok channel when it's up. Her name's Chelsea Hart. She is a comedian. And she is Alaskan. She currently living in Britain. And she does some wonderfully scathing videos shouting out against racism and misogyny in the world. And she is smart, and she brings the receipts, and people really don't like the fact that she is outspoken and smart and knows what she's talking about, and shows her work right there. It's right. She's quoting real things, and she can show, for example, that, you know, the Western culture is not the be-all and end-all of everything. Something that white nationalists will tell you that it is. That white culture is the best culture. It's bullshit, but they will tell you that. And when she called out on that, and talks about the fact that all these other cultures in the world were doing all of these things long before, you know, there were white people doing them in Europe. Well, the white nationalists don't like that, so they'll just friggin' spam her videos, her TikTok uploads, as inappropriate. And bink, they're gone. And she'll petition, and they'll go back up, and bink, they're gone. And I'm sure they've created script that lets them do this automatically. They probably just hit a button that tells them, this tells the system, go report X, this video, or every video she puts up or something. I don't know. Again, I'm not as tech savvy as the people that write the algorithms, or as tech savvy as the people that write the script to take advantage of the algorithms. But there are people taking advantage of the algorithms, and other people are being harmed by it. They are being silenced by it. Not because they are actually saying things that are bad, but because they are being silenced by trolls and bigots. I mean, there are people on YouTube that are direct lines connecting them to white nationalism. PewDiePie comes to mind. And yet he has a huge fucking platform. He is allowed to put up material that is racist and get away with it. And YouTube seems to be okay with it. PragerU puts up social conservative material all the goddamn time, which is filled with nothing but social conservatism, lies, racism, and misogyny. And YouTube seems to be okay with it. And it's the same with every other goddamn platform. But when people speak out against it, that's when the trolls and the bigots come out of the woodwork and they, boom, bing, it's gone. And there needs to be a solution. We need to protect the speech of those speaking the truth, as opposed to just protecting the speech of those spreading bigotry. We seem to be really good at protecting their speech on social media platforms. Their speech seems to be sacrosanct. But when you start calling them on their bullshit, when you start telling them, no, white nationalism is not the path we should be following, and misogyny is not the path we should be following, then suddenly that speech gets silenced. The speech that we need to hear. And I don't know if anybody's working on this problem. I don't know if any of the social media platforms give a shit at all. As long as they keep, raking in their nickels and dimes, what do they care about who gets hurt? They don't. And so the voices that we need to hear are being silenced. Because the trolls and the bigots seem to be far better at their jobs than the people running the social media platforms.